Because there's this strange, like from the 5%ers and stuff like that, they have this, that brand Nubian, everything is everything, and each one teach one, and all this kind of stuff, But there are these bits that people found a slogan for, or modus operandi around, and which is, but the everything is everything is that, yeah, we are so interconnected and interdependent that it's very difficult to make short sentences about one particular thing, because everything is just like has so much context now to up against it, so like on that level it's tricky.
Yeah, I mean, Noam Chomsky said that that's one of the reasons why they don't ever invite him to speak on one of these talk shows, because he has to really speak, and no one has time to really listen to that. Yeah. It's unfortunate.
Are you running still?
Yeah, I'm still running. Okay, so
because the same. There are a lot of less people going to clubs. Apparently, people are not going to clubs anymore. Yeah, and they say it's the millennial, like the people, from around 2000 and stuff. There's a lot of people are finding easier to meet through apps and all this kind of stuff and that kind of stuff, but it's like also when the whole music and dance music thing really kind of exploded in the late 80s and 90s, there was just so much crap out there because the technology made composing accessible to way more people. And clubbing became an industry, and but like people, if you want to look for a good restaurant, you're hoping that the kitchen, which is going to be good, and the food on your plate is going to be good. And music, is the same way. And but there's a kind of commercial radio is like the McDonald's of music, and it's very difficult to find here in Berlin, it's very difficult to find reliable radio sources, and what you said about Noam Chomsky, everyone wants bite-sized information, quick, delivered, but you can't ask questions about the world and expect kind of answers that are this short, because some people are intentionally making it as complex as possible, so that it's very difficult for individuals to actually get their head around it, because they can hire themselves and pay themselves a whole room of people with the fastest computers around to do the number crunching, and to the people who've I haven't read Niklas Luhmann, but all this system theory and stuff like that. Well, the people who want to run the big firms, they've already hired their mercenaries who've come out of schools who studied that kind of stuff, So everything that is done is actually kind of perverted and used by the powers that be, So it becomes very, very difficult to maneuver within what's becoming a very much tighter and tighter environment. And whereas before we had the capacity to dream, it's as if with the technology we could dream freeform, but with the technology it's as if there's a kind of a grid that was thrown, or a box that was thrown, and we can only maneuver in almost kind of binary and how the schema is laid out, and it's very difficult to dream and to think kind of free form anymore, or literally out the box, so that's one of the aspects. Back to long sentences. Go on. You had the last question.
So the last question is, you brought up the Astor Gates. You brought up these examples, these people that are in these pockets doing their things in that pocket, but the tools that they're using for their goal, the end, the purpose of what they're doing, or the objective rather. The objective is social empowerment, it's community, bringing people together. Do you think that the arts are the most powerful tool for that? Do you think there's anything else that is as powerful as the arts to use as a tool to create all these things that we desperately need as human beings?
I think that Danke. Like, I think that like as I said before about how culture is the first thing that's taken away from people when you wish to kind of control or enslave them. The arts is the last kind of bastion that we have, because education has been more or less ring-fenced by technology. So stuff that people are learning these days, by the time they graduate, may be obsolete, you know. And politics is ring-fenced by lobbies and economics. And even aspects of higher education are also ring-fenced by economics, because of all these firms that are sending their people to, you know, whether it's Volkswagen or whoever, you know, like people who graduated in a certain field, went to work for a company, and then they come back to universities to teach about such and such aspects of philosophy or economics or whatever. But the breadth or the spectrum of thinking is being intentionally like limited. You know, I mean, it's interesting, the parallel with Bantu education, what they had.